A 3-year-old art prodigy. I mean, come on, selling paintings for tens of thousands of dollars. It's well, you sent us this article, right? And it's about just that.
Yeah, Laura Schwartz.
Laura Schwartz, this German toddler, like taking the art world by storm. It sounds like, something out of a movie, but
It's pretty wild.
it really is. So today we're doing a deep dive, right? We're gonna unpack this story. We're looking at Laurent, what's going on, but also like the bigger questions, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, because it really has captured, I think, the public imagination. Like, you see a story like this and you can't help but be fascinated. Like, what's going on with this kid?
Totally, yeah. And just to be clear, this isn't, finger painting we're talking about here.
Well,
The article, it talks about, exhibitions, waiting lists to buy this kid's art. Like, this is serious, like, art world stuff,
yeah, he's got galleries and collectors, the whole thing.
the whole 9 yards. But, anytime anything explodes this quickly, the debate, it's already on fire. Is this kid actually a genius?
Or is this some really savvy marketing?
Right, right.
Well, and I think about this a lot, right? Like, the art world, it has this long history with child prodigies, right? You think about Mozart, right? Incredible musical talent as a kid.
Yeah.
But a lesser known example is, for me, I don't know if you're familiar, is William Henry Hunt.
William Henry Hunt. Okay, yeah, that name doesn't ring a bell for me.
So he was a British painter, and he was considered a prodigy back in the early 1800s. And get this, he was exhibiting at the Royal Academy when he was just 13 years old.
13 years old. See, I mean, wow.
Yeah.
And was he like legit?
He was championed by some big, big names at the time. I mean, people were really excited about him.
Oh, so what happened?
Well, he had a long career, which is something.
Yeah.
But his work, over time, people started to criticize it. They said it was too detailed, too sentimental.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I think it's a good reminder that early success doesn't always mean you're going to be, a legend.
Right, right. Which makes you think about all of this, like with Laurent, because the article, and maybe it's just me, but I feel like they kind of just like skipped over what the art actually looks like. They describe it, but we don't actually get to see it. So, like, how are we supposed to even begin to like have an opinion?
That's such a good point, and it really gets to, like, the core of how we put value on art, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we rely on context, artist statements, seeing how their style changes over time. We're missing all of that with Laurent.
Yeah, like so we're just taking their word for it. So we're left with like bold use of color and sophisticated composition, which, I mean, those are some pretty loaded descriptions when we're talking about a 3-year-old.
Right, totally.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, if we could see the artwork with those descriptions, would they change how we see it?
Right.
Or would it be something totally different?
Right. It's like reading a restaurant review and, they're going on and on about the food, but you never get to actually taste it. And this leads us, I think, to an even bigger question, which is, what are the effects of fame or at least like notoriety at such a young age?
Especially in the art world.
Exactly.
It's tricky, right? Because you have this potential to, encourage something amazing. Like, maybe this kid really does have something special, and this could provide, financial security through art, which, let's be real, most artists, they struggle to find that even after years and years of work.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's like he's skipping the line, but I mean, at what cost?
That's the other side of this, right? The pressure to perform. What about having a normal childhood? And the art market, it's brutal. It's incredibly fickle, and there's so many stories of artists who were like the biggest thing ever, and then poof, gone. Nobody remembers.
So like a one-hit wonder, but instead of,
Exactly. And that instability that's something to think about, especially with a child, navigating all of that.
It's a lot. So to everyone listening, remember, this isn't just about Laurent. It's bigger than that.
It's a bigger conversation.
It really is, yeah. Because this is a lens, right? We can use this to examine our own relationship with art, with like what we think is valuable. What does it even mean to, to be an artist?
Yeah. It's like, what do we respond to? Like, when you strip away the hype and the headlines and all of that,
Yeah.
like, what speaks to you when it comes to art? And do we need to see it to connect to it,
Yeah. Or can a 3-year-old make something that we call art? Like, it brings up all these questions.
Totally.
So, okay, next time you're looking at art, whether it's, by a famous artist or a toddler, think about what you connect with, what speaks to you. Like, what do you see?
Because ultimately, appreciating art, that's a personal experience,
Totally.
And maybe, just maybe, this whole story, it can make us a little more open to finding beauty, meaning in unexpected places.
That's a really good point. That's a really good point. So, okay, here's a final thought, right? Everyone listening. If you could see Laurent's art, right? If you could actually see it, do you think what we've been talking about, would it change your opinion?
Yeah, would you be more likely to see genius or manipulation or, like you said earlier, something in between?
Right, something to think about. Okay, until next time, everybody, keep diving deeper.
Keep asking questions.